Hello everyone, Limbo here, and today I'm going to show you how to build a more efficient mushroom farm. So, your average mushroom farm looks a little something like this, and it runs using an etho clock. The flaw with this design is it stays half flooded all the time. So your rates are literally cut in half, because the entire time the water is here, these plots cannot grow mushrooms. So I designed this funky little doohickey here to counteract that exact problem. Now, it does cost a little bit more resources than this one does overall. Like, you do need quite a few comparators. Though it does cut back on hopper materials. Then, again, you can use the same kind of design I used here. Just every tutorial I've found uses this layout for some reason. So, what I've done here is I've essentially removed the need for the hoppers by adding signs here to prevent water overflow, and it just pushes down into these two bottom hoppers here. And back here, I'm still using the same etho clock at the core. This is still what's powering the machine. However, I have these two little doohickeys right here. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm no redstone genius by any means. However, what this does is, instead of turning one side on or off for any given cycle, it flicks it on just temporarily. So instead of wasting all of that time where it can't grow mushrooms, it just clears out and then goes right back, effectively doubling the rates. It 2x's the rates. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you how to build this monstrosity. So these are the materials you'll need. The smooth stone here is just a placeholder for any block of your choosing, and the signs and trapdoors can be any material. Okay, so let's get right into it. First, you're going to want a 4x4 of podzol, space between another 4x4 of podzol, and then you're going to want to do a raised bit on the edges and the middle, just like so. And on these blocks here, this is where you're going to want to put your mushrooms. And then you just continue the pattern upwards. Okay, now that you have your layers done, on this top bit here, you're going to want to take a building block of your choice and fill in this bit here. You can also remove this and expand upwards if you like, but at the top, make sure that it's not podzol and it's something else. And once it looks a little something like this, you're going to want to swing around to the back, and you're going to want to place a building block right here on each layer. And then you're going to want to get your trapdoors, and you're going to want to place them like so. Then you just fill in the edges. You don't have to fill in the middle bit here, but I like to just for consistency. And over here on this side, and this side, you're going to want to block in the other side of the trapdoor. And this is where you're going to need your water buckets. So you waterlog each one of these trapdoors. And you lock them in. Once you have those all blocked in, you're going to want to come over here, and you're going to want to make this a zigzag pattern. And then you're going to want to get your redstone torches and ladder them up like so. These are going to be the mechanisms that activate your water. Then once you have that, you're going to want to swing back around to the front. you're going to want to get a chest. I use a double chest so I don't have to worry about it overflowing at any given point. Then you're just going to want to place your 2 hoppers on the sides like that. Take your glass and tower it up in the middle. And on each row, you're going to take your sign, place it like so. I'm not entirely certain this part is necessary, but I like to do it. Then you just come around here and cover these in glass so that you don't have your mushrooms spilling out all over the place. You don't have to have it glass, it can be a non-transparent block. It's just glass so you can see what it's doing. And then you're just going to want to block the rest of this in. Now once you have this, the main part of the farm is already done. Now for the redstone bit. So to make your standard etho clock, you're going to take 2 hoppers facing into each other. Then you're going to want a comparator coming out on each side. That feeds into a block, which powers this redstone dust. That feeds into a piston that'll move a redstone block from side to side, essentially making your clock. You can adjust the timing, but I recommend for this farm to use 3 stacks of items. That's about the ideal timing from what I've seen. And once you have that, you're going to want to place a block on either side like this. And this is the part that deviates from your average tutorial for these. This is where the upgrade comes in. So you're going to want to place your droppers so that this redstone dust powers this one, and you're going to want to place another one facing the opposite direction, right diagonal to it. You're going to place a hopper so that this one feeds into this hopper, which feeds into this dropper, which feeds into this hopper, and back around again. Then off of this hopper here, you're going to want a comparator and a repeater feeding off of that. Then you once again take your redstone dust and you're going to want to feed it back around to your dropper. So essentially what this does is when this redstone block moves back over here and powers this, it activates this dropper, which dispenses an item. Oh yeah, you also have to put 1 item inside. And that item is detected via this comparator. It sends a signal, which triggers this dropper, which sends it back to the original hopper. And since this is still powered from the etho clock, it'll only run 1 single time. Even if you're on a fairly buggy server or something else, this should work. It's pretty foolproof. It doesn't bug, it doesn't double trigger, unlike a observer that's going to double trigger and it's going to waste more grow time by keeping your farm flooded. So off of this, you're going to want a redstone signal decay, and what this does is it gives just enough time for it to activate the trapdoors and have the water flow completely through to make sure your mushrooms get into the hopper, and that's it. No more time than that. And once you have that done on one side, you can just mirror the entire setup to the other side. The exact same way, pretty much. Once again, one item in. Comparator from the hopper. Repeater to extend the signal. Have it come out to your torch. And your dropper. Then you just add in the signal decay. And just like that, you should have a perfectly working farm.